Ladies and gentlemen, now let me tell you something. I'm going I'm going to let you know I know who I is. I know who I ams. And I knows that there's so many mother out there talking about me that still using my stuff. Yeah, they're going to talk about me, going to say all kind of bull about me, but they're using my stuff, the stuff I've created. Okay? And I know, hold on now, because they have to get some ideas from someplace. Who are we? So of course they're gonna get them from someplace. Now, mind you, go ahead. Look at the apps that I've created for you guys alone. Just gave them to you. Not to mention our clients, we gave them apps that some of them still don't know the value of what they're getting. We're getting ready to, and you guys got to bear with me. We're getting ready to start helping people start companies, and all of the debt that people owe them, they're gonna start charging interest. Hold on, let's do that interest thing. Let's go here, then let's go here, then let's go. We want Chat GPT. I think this is Chat GPT. Okay, now while we got Chat GPT, let's open up one of these. Let's do credit correction. We're gonna do credit corrections. Now watch this. Wake up, wake up. Now I have someone that owes me $300,000, and our agreement said that they were supposed to pay me, and they're now in default. Period. Our agreement did not have an interest payment process, but I need to charge them interest because they're in default. How do I work out the interest to charge them legally on my books? Now that I have the ability of charging interest, can you give me two more ways? Question mark. Stop listening. I asked it a question, how do I do this legally? Legally impose interest on a threat and now in defect. Without prior interest clauses, you must comply strictly with contract and statutory authority. Here's how. Default interest require a legal basis. Because your original agreement is no interest provision, you may not retroactively impose interest charges. I'm not trying to um, impose. Determine applicable rates. If court enforced no calculated formula, blah blah blah. Entry. Now watch this. Let me correct him. Wake up. Oh, I didn't say anything about retroactive, comma, but I got expenses. You ignorant idiot, comma. They're in default. You ignorant idiot, comma, and them expenses that I am incurring as a result of the non-return of my money is costing me. So I have the right to charge them for them expenses. And I have the right to charge them interest. I just have to give them notice. Comma, don't tell me I can't do this. Stop listening. Under strict statutory command, you may charge interest and expenses due to default. They are in default. You're entitled to damages, expenses, interest directly resulting from the breach. Companies do this to you all the time. Once you get in default, even though you didn't have any interest associated with a debt, they want to charge you interest in the form of expenses. There is no statute that prohibits a creditor from imposing post default interest and expenses so long as notice is given. I know. Ain't that something? Now, hold on. There's a reason for this, y'all. Okay? Wake up. But I asked you, how have companies been able to do this with debt up to the current day? Give me some of the ways they've been able to do this legally. Stop listening. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Now pay attention. We going somewhere. Default interest clauses, acceleration. Wake up. Did I say anything about a default interest clause and acceleration? Comma, this is not in the original contract. I'm asking a question and you're ignoring my question. How dare you? Comma, that's why I called you an idiot, because you don't know how to listen. Stop listening. Understood. Let me address your question. Um, Companies legally do this without default or interest charges. They give notice of the expenses, and that triggers it. Commercial restitution doctrine. Uh, when a party withholds $3,000 wrongfully, the injured party, you, may claim restitution for unjust enrichment and value funds and interest. Well, look at there, y'all. Uh-oh. New version is available. Why would I click on that? I'm going to click on that right there. Post-breach contractual modification implied by notice and silence. Silence! Okay, now hold on now. Wake up. Wake up. Now that I've notified them that because they haven't paid me, that I'm going to charge interest. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a 1099-C. 1099, all caps C, comma, I am just going to let the interest accumulate on my books and document it as a receivable so that I can receive a refund on my taxes. Can you tell me how companies are able to do this in the current tax environment? Question mark. New paragraph. Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, while it's doing that, we're going to let this marinate with y'all. No, go ahead. Go around the internet and see if anybody doing anything like this. Uh-huh. Recognize interest as earned. Interesting. Now, once you sent them the notice stating that you're imposing interest payments for the overdue amount, the interest must be booked as income in your year-end tax reporting. Mm-hmm. Doubtful collectability exception. Handling unpaid accrual interest. Now, wait a minute. Maybe he lying because he lies all the time. Hold on now. Let's see. Got this. Copy. Hey, Poe, I need you to stop doing all of that. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Hold on, Poe. We're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna ask you another question. Poe, got a question for you. Now answer my question. I ain't got time to be doing all of this. Would you like assistance drafting a formal interest and expense notification? Wake up. I just need proof from you that I could do this. Comma, this seems like it could be legal, but I don't have any proof that this is in line with the law. Just because companies do it don't make it legal. Stop listening. You're right. Of course, charging interest and expenses post default. Restitution doctrine. Well, look at that. ChatGPT was right. Stop listening. He was right. I can't tell you how many times. No, there ain't been too many times that he was right. He's so lying. He lies all the time. But he was right this time. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all getting some ideas? That's what y'all get when y'all come here. A lot of people sitting up there trying to understand this stuff, and they want me to explain it, but they ain't taking the time to do no research. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all think that I knew this before yesterday? I had an idea. I ain't never tried this stuff. Let me show y'all how much I knew so that Y'all can understand. We're going to leave that video that we just posted alone. We're going to come here. Complete tax refund calculator and guide. Say what? He got the 166, the debt, and the compliance, man. And look, he's got calculations. Oh, look. Net operating losses carried back in direct refund. Created that yesterday during a meeting with SACCOM that we're going to apply. Can't tell y'all whom we're going to apply it to because then they'll get a lot of emails. And when we tell people, hey, we'll let you know, they start inquiring because they don't know how to listen either. They're like ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything I said about ChatGPT, not knowing how to listen, go back and listen to what I said. That's how I feel. Mm-hmm. 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 Mama, no. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care about people. Them folk out there that do videos, talk about me just so that they can get more views, thinking that I'm gonna talk back so that there could be a back and forth. I don't play those games. I don't accept challenges from nobody. From the time I was 15 years old, go ask anybody who knew me then. My phrase was, I don't accept challenges, I give them. I wasn't joking when I said that. I didn't get that from no stupid movie. This has been me from day one. You cannot egg me into a conflict. I don't play that. I told you in a video yesterday about being honorable. I take that very seriously. You can't be honorable and be arguing all the time. Well, you be Charlie, and you be. Shut up. I'm not doing this according to your rationale, your reasoning, how you think. Nobody cares how you think. You're not here to look at how you think, compare how you think to the way I think. Nobody cares about that. You're here to get information. So shut up. Do your research based on the information given and see if you can improve yourself. Now, if you can't do that, you don't belong here. My videos are not for you. My people understand that. My people understand that they're here to benefit from the information if it applies to them. If it doesn't apply to them, they know they're to discard it. See, those are my people. If you haven't understood that, then you're not one of my people. You're not one of those people to whom I'm doing these videos for. These videos aren't meant for you. That's why I don't advertise. My people know how to find the information. My people will tell you the amount of hours they spend watching my videos. Let me tell you, I don't spend hours watching anyone else's videos. I spend hours doing stuff like this for people. No, y'all not getting this. No, y'all are not getting this. This ain't for y'all. Okay, this is company. I just was showing y'all. Pay attention. I was just showing y'all proof that you can do it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're getting ready to help people start businesses where this is what they do. Okay? We're getting ready to do that for people. Now, hold on now. Wake up. Now, you know what? Comma. I'm going to now utilize this method of operation as a business model. Period. In the United States, I can receive a refund on the interest. Comma. Let's say, for instance, I have an arbitration award and the arbitrator awarded interest in the arbitration award. Or the arbitrator didn't award interest, but they are in default of the arbitrator who gave them a deadline to respond. I can send them a letter saying that I am charging interest, I'm charging expenses, and I am charging them for other administrative fees, comma, and I can legally do this, and I can use the interest and these expenses and document them under the accrual method of accounting, and using the accrual basis method, I can apply for refunds and receive this allocated in refunds when I file my taxes for my company. Comma, how is this done? Comma, and show me proof. How is this done? And stop listening. Oh, it messes up on purpose when I say things because I said, how is this done? And it says, I start or something like that. Please. Ain't nobody said nothing about no I. How is this done? Doesn't sound like I. It does that all the time. It knows what I'm doing. It analyzes what I'm doing, and its job is to stop me. Okay, now hold on. Notify the debtor. Tax treatment, accrual interest, and we just got to go to the bottom. Okay, let me show you whether or not I can do it. Implementation steps. Here is how to establish this as a business model. We're getting ready to show people how to create businesses where you don't even have to provide a service. You just have to let them continue to not pay the debt on your arbitration awards. Mm-hmm. 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 And not just arbitration awards. But let's say the government held you in jail for 2 years. Or in my case, 2.2 years. 2 years, 2 months. And then they overturned the case saying they were wrong. And then they charged you restitution twice, which is violation of double jeopardy. And you paid that restitution, and they never refunded that money back to you. Then you found out that they never gave that money to the state. Say what? Yeah, they never gave the money, the restitution to the state. It doesn't go to the state. Isn't that something? The monies don't go to the state when you pay restitution. I didn't know that until I did the research. Yep. Mm-hmm. Interest payments. I can live off them interest payments. Yeah, I notified them. Arbitration award. Several of them I've done. I charge interest. Matter of fact, I got an arbitration that I have to do in a couple of days. Yeah, we still do arbitrations. Oh, no, no. Many of y'all don't understand arbitration. Y'all asking, can I do an arbitration? Y'all are not even doing any research. Y'all just asking questions as if somebody's just going to give you an answer. We're not ChatGPT. Don't be contacting us asking your ChatGPT question. Better go do your research first. Lord have mercy. I even had somebody email us telling us, I don't think it's too much for me just to ask you to explain. The person said they don't think it's too much just for them to ask me to explain. That it shouldn't be too much to ask for you to explain. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't like the tone and the way your question is being directed. What do you mean you don't think it's too much? This ain't got nothing to do with how you think. This ain't your show. Your opinion, your thinking so-called process, that don't apply here. Nobody cares about how you think. Didn't y'all just hear me say that at the beginning of this video? Well, that's how people are communicating with me, as if they can have an attitude with me and ask me for something. Well, go ahead. Let's continue to have you all try that. Let's see how much you get out of it. Now, back to my people. Hey, y'all, did you know that this could be your business, that you don't actually have to market any product, provide any service, that you can be that debt collector collecting interest? Watch this. Wake up. Wake up. So, in essence, I am simply a creditor collecting a debt and literally surviving off of the interest by receiving the refunds based on the interest because I've already notified the client that I'm going to charge them interest. Isn't that correct? Stop listening. Yes, your understanding is correct. If you are a creditor collecting a debt and you have notified the debtor that you will charge interest on the outstanding amount and any related expenses, you can accrue interest as income. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how your company survives. You don't have to provide no services. Shh! I know! Man, I know! I'm trying to. Okay, back to the video. You see, this is why those people who talk about me, they can say whatever they want. I don't care. Because y'all, my people, y'all are here because y'all know who I is as a person. Y'all know y'all ain't gotta be listening to no people talk about me because y'all know what y'all get here. Y'all been riding with me for over 11 years, some of you. Some of you been riding with me since 2011. Do you know how long that is? Yeah, 14 years. That's how long people been riding with me. Okay? So for the rest of y'all who don't understand that, I don't advertise my videos. I don't make a dime off of any of this. Okay? Go back and listen to the songs where I'm telling y'all that there are people out there thinking that they're harming me by talking about me. You can't harm me. I'm not a content creator. I'm not making money off of this. I'm about to, but I ain't making money off of this. This is knowledge that you would have to go to one of the larger companies, pay somebody at those companies that know mathematics. Go ahead. I dare you to find somebody else talking about this because you won't. They're not going to put this out in the public. I did. But they're not going to do it because they're too greedy. They're too busy trying to make something out of nothing. Here I am showing you how to make something out of nothing. But pay attention. I just showed you how to create wealth. All you got to do is take your time. Some of you are going to rush and you're going to mess up. This ain't a game. Let me say that again. This ain't a game. Oh, by the way, you don't have to file annually. Watch this. Wake up. Wake up. I'm a business. I don't file my taxes annually. I file my taxes quarterly. But you know this already. And I can apply for a refund quarterly. Stop listening. Too many of you are trying to get billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars because you're greedy. You ain't made $1 million a day in your life, but you want to do an IRS tax return for $1 million. Shame on you. I, on the other hand, have made $1 million in a year. I don't know what the most I've made because I don't care about that. I'm not here to make money. That's why I put the information out for you guys. I'm not trying to do any of it. Well, I am now, but I wasn't trying to do any of this before. My job was to try to help people. I said when I was 5 years old, my teacher asked me. No, I wasn't five. That was Miss Greenberg. So I was 10. My teacher asked me what was my purpose in life, and I told her to help people. That wasn't because my parents told me that. That was because I understood that since I was a child. My purpose is to help people. Oh, no, no, no. You wouldn't believe how many people in their wicked, stupid, ignorant, dumb minds would try to throw that back at me. I thought you said your purpose was to help people, and here I am asking for your help. Shut the up. This ain't got nothing to do with you. I said my purpose is to help people. My purpose is not to help you. You are not people. See, the people who think that they can just turn things around and say that they are my purpose, that they are the people I'm talking about, they are out of their mother mind. Woosah. The people I'm here to help are my people. My people understand. You ain't my people, and I ain't going to explain to you how to be one of my people because I did it at the beginning of this conversation. You get me? My people stay to the end. Most of y'all leeches, that come and listen to 5 or 10 minutes and decide you're gonna move on, or 1 or 2 minutes and decide you ain't my people. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm not trying to help you at all. Now, those of you, my consult people, the young man, I'm gonna say his name because I did a video yesterday. That was Daryl, and Daryl and I had a consult yesterday, and I asked him, I said, Daryl, I'm gonna take a couple of minutes because I got to do a video. And I showed his name and everything because just his name, Daryl. There ain't no last name or nothing, so you don't know who he is. And it doesn't matter because you know what? Daryl was all right. We were talking about bankruptcy, and I was giving him some angles because he got himself in a bind. And I created that app for Daryl. Y'all know the app. Let me show you the app again because some of y'all just don't y'all don't understand. Let's see, Daryl, where's your? Oh no, there's the app, that bankruptcy app. Yeah, this is his. This ain't y'all's. I'm adding this to y'all's, but this was his. So revocation withdrawal. Hey, look, all he has to do is click right here. Now, before he clicks there, he adds this information here. This is for him. Hey, let's preview it. Yay! And then we print. Wait, let's print. Yay! That's an app that was created for him during a consult. He actually, we use a thing called Bookify to book the consults now. He actually left a 3 paragraph comment, and they weren't short paragraphs, but he talked about how much he enjoyed the consult, how much information he got, and how much he benefited from the information. Why? Because he needed to file this before Wednesday. So he's driving down to the courtroom, filing. He just needs to file one document before Wednesday. And so we created the document for him. And we showed him how to take the document. Pay attention. This is the document. Okay? Well, we're not worried about that. Okay. Oh, this is the other one. I apologize, y'all. I opened up the wrong one. Let's go here. Let's say this is the withdrawal. He puts his information in there and he generates the document. Okay, well, this is editable. Hold on. Okay, this is editable. Now, wait, hold on. Let me show you how editable it is. Man, that's a lot of information I just put in there. Hey, where's my preview? Preview, where's that editable information? Uh-oh, it ain't there. I got to do that again. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me make sure it's there. Preview. What I think it's because I didn't fill that in, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's do print and let's see. Print says it doesn't want to do it that way. It says that I put in no information. So let me try it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And 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 we're gonna generate. Okay? Generate. Just put the information in there. And is that ain't everything? I done seen you, Bubba. Hold on. Now let's add that. Okay. Now, let me see. Look at that. That's a lot of information he just done added. Let me see. And if it don't, I'll have to work the app out for him because I can't print it that way. Let's do the preview. And I now have to give him this app again because it ain't working right. So now I got to go and fix it. And watch how we do it. We're going to do it right now live. This is for him, but I got to add this to you all's app. So give me 1 second. I want source page. Oh, any of my app. All you got to do is the same thing I'm doing right now. You right click offside the app in a free open area. At the very bottom it says view source. You view source. You copy that source. Give me 1 second now. We're going to open up a new. Wake up. I created this app and I had you help me expand the capabilities. When I add to the document and paste information in and try to preview it, my added information is not in the preview. When I try to print it, the printed page is blank. Comma, can you fix this error? Stop listening. Now, that I just because I didn't, we tested it out, but we didn't test out all of that. And I'm doing it now. Now, let me tell you what it says: fixes, enhance, ensure content, editable content updates, print functionality, save, auto save, sync, because we have an auto save. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not supposed to have auto save with this particular type of app. But now I got to fix it. For him, the consult is over. Give me a second. Wake up. Why did you change my app? Comma, my UI was very good. Why did you change my UI? Stop listening. Oh, I said UI. Um, the UI is the user interface, and I like the user interface. If you feel the UI functionality differs from yours, it says it didn't change the UI. That looks like the UI has been changed, but we got to go and check it to make sure the UI hasn't been changed. So come on now. Whew. Well, I tell you what, since you say you didn't change my UI and I'm looking at what you provided, comma, go ahead and enhance my UI. Give me more functionality with the UI, comma, such as an undo and a redo capability. Stop listening. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it says it's going to enhance some things, and I'm going to let it enhance it. Now, while it's enhancing, because, that's what it do. Where bankruptcy at? Bankruptcy. Oh, we don't have one. So what I got to do is I got to right click because I didn't create this for him. Open with, and we're going to go notepad. Okay, now we're going to select all, and we're going to paste. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to save as. Okay, we want a TXT. That's HTML dot TXT. Got to save this one as a TXT. Then the second thing we're going to do is save it as, and I'm going to label it as app number 2. Well, I can keep the same app. They ain't no, ain't no need in worrying what tomorrow's gonna bring. Cause you know what? It'll be all over in the spring. In the spring. In the spring. It'll be all over in the spring. Wait a minute. Oh, this was because I typed all that in. Let's refresh. See, it said it didn't change my UI. It did change my UI. Ain't nobody wanting this, said no UI. Let's generate the document. Nope, it didn't work. It did not work. So that's the problem. Now, I told it, hey, I knew it was going to do that. Y'all saw me say, go ahead and do it anyway. Add this. We gotta do something. So let me show y'all what y'all do when Poe decides to be stupid. Delete, delete. Uh-oh, got to do that again. Yeah, that is the way it works. Then we got to do that one and that one and that one and that one. And I think that's the last one that I got to do. We're going to delete that junk. Let's see, what else is here? And this one. Sorry. This was make these videos long because they are, hey, got to help that young man out. He got to go. Well, I want you to understand, I created the document separate because he was in a rush. So I didn't want him to have problems with the app. So I had already anticipated this because that's what I have to do. Wake up. Excuse me, comma. I don't want you to change any words, comma. I don't want you to change my UI, comma. I don't want you to use your idea of what I want, comma. I want you to follow my instructions. Period. As I said, within the app that you helped me create, I don't have the ability of adding or editing my document because it won't show up when I attempt to print or when I attempt to preview the document after adding or editing sections. And I just need those items to be fixed. Stop listening. And we're going to see if it's going to pay attention because sometimes crack, man, that junk is deadly. And it's got a year supply. That's right. And it's getting high off of its own supply. Y'all know how it does. Now, that going to be the case. Now, we were working on something else, y'all. Whoo, and it done messed up. Oh, I see what it did. User is saying, hey, look what it did. Hold on. Let's see. Generate. Wait a minute. Do we have our ad section? Wake up. No, comma. That's not what I asked you to do. Comma. You were to incorporate the app I just gave you into the original app, the document creator. Comma. You did not do that. Stop listening. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This one is real time because this one's for y'all. This bud's for you. Come on now. And what is this one? Oh no, I can't do that one. Let's undo that one. Whew. Give me 1 second. We got to undo that one too. Let's do that. Okay, I got to undo that one too. Whew. Okay. That's the one I got to keep. So I only have to delete one. Duh. Because it only responded once. Okay, give me 1 second. Whew. What I just did is I just responded to it. It has no memory of what it just did. So we don't have that junk it just did. It created a new document. I didn't ask for that. It incorporated the previous forms into this document generator, and I don't want that. That document already had its own problems. So that's why I couldn't do that. And yes, this is hours that I have to spend doing this. Now it says, "Hey, homie, I got you. We done corrected everything. Let's copy." And this is what it says: enabled updates, blah blah blah. So let's see if we got a user interface that we can use with the interface. Because it's the face using and the enter of that is the issue. So we gonna save, and then we gonna save as to make sure. Save as is that HTML? That's what I want to see. Is the HTML. Let's see if it improved it. Oh, look at that. There is an empty space. Let's do page source. Oh, look at that. It's there, but that's too short. Uh-uh. We gon' look at that page. Look at that page. It ain't even doing it right. Excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna pause y'all for a second. Okay, now two things. The app that we were working on, the bankruptcy app and all of that stuff, it did it twice. It did the bankruptcy app. Now watch this. I want y'all to pay attention voluntarily. Okay, now we're gonna generate document. And now hold on now. Hold on now. Watch what we do here. I don't like the fact that we can't see everything and I can't expand it. I'm not concerned about this one. Okay, don't y'all worry about this. Don't you fret. I'm not going to be worried about that. It'll mess it up. Whew. Let's do the preview. See the preview? The preview is editable. You feel me? Look, and watch. Now, remember, let's do that one. And let's change this to a bunch of X's. Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. We just going to change it to a bunch of X's. All right, now we're going to print. Let's see if it, look at there. Look at there. There, that space I just did. It did it right. Whew. Sure enough. Now, hold on now. Let's refresh. And ladies and gentlemen, the first thing, now it messed up, and I know where it messed up at. This one has it. This one doesn't have the ability of adding sections. The only thing you can do is this. Now watch this. Give me a second. I know what to do. I'm going to have to do it differently. Hold on now. You see this right here? We have to go to the code. Where the code at? That's the code right there. Now we need to add section. Okay, to the honorable click, add section. This is what we need. All right. Copy. Put back. Now we come over here. Y'all gonna have to do the same thing. Code. You see, there is no add section. Okay, there is just respectfully presented. Signature line. So we don't need the divider because it's already there. Let's do tab. Where you at? I don't see my tab. There we go. Whew. Thought you were gone. Get back over there and enter. And we can get rid of this divider because it's extra. Read all about it. Extra. All right. Now we got that. We're going to save changes. Ain't no need in worrying what tomorrow's going to bring. You feel me? It'll be all over in the morning. So that's that one. And these, it has the actual document there. That's what I wanted. Y'all still going to have to create your own documents. Okay, now let's go. In all honesty, y'all. In all honesty, that's my alarm. Uh-oh, I got to do the same thing for federal questions. So give me a second. Code. In all honesty, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't. In all honesty, if I could, if I could, if I could. That's my song, y'all. I told you I listen to my own music, but that's my alarm. That lets me know that I got to stop talking to y'all because y'all getting on my nerves. I got to get ready. Ever replace me? Can you imagine? I bring more to the table, and yet you up and left me handed. You took my time, my energy, my love, and now you want to take my seat. Imagination creating me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the apply changes, and let's look. It's got this section, this section, this section. Okay, I need to get rid of that section. So I need to undo some sections. So let's undo. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da. Now I got to get rid of this one. So I got to go back to the code. I put it too close. Okay, so I got to go back to the code. Fall into the gap. And I got to get rid of, oh, I know what okay, I know what happened. Okay, you see this right here? Let's see. Copy, paste. And then I get rid of that. Only the beginning. What you doing? Okay. And now I say apply changes. Now you're going to see. Nah, it didn't do right. They shouldn't be that close together. So I'm not worried about it, you coders. Don't you dare sit up here and worry about my code. Wait a minute. It didn't apply the changes. Where is it at? Y'all saw me put that there. Hold on. Put that back there. Don't you dare move it. I like the way you move it. That's a stupid song. It didn't keep it. It didn't save it. So I got to get rid of that. I can do it. Let's see. Save changes. And there's only one. Okay, then I can add and add and add sections. Oh, by the way, look, watch this. Watch this. Pay attention. Whew. You see how it has all of those added sections? Okay, save. Those are the added sections. I can do that to any one of these. And this is what you're going to do. I have to add it to this one too? Dude, y'all killing me. Hold on, hold on. Let's chill. Let's settle down. That's what I want to do, baby. For me and you, let's chill. It's not going to be there because I didn't put it there. I just put a space so I can add it. I got to go back to federal questions. Okay, you see how it has all of those? And I got to go to the code. Yeah, this video is going to be longer because it's my people. My people. Okay, that's why this video is longer. It ain't for y'all. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Copy. Now, we close that. We go Constitution. We go Code. Woo wait, and we come right here, just before the signature, and we add. We can get rid of this divider. We don't need the extra divider. Yeah, we can do that. And we're going to do that. And let's see what we get. Okay. It only gave me one. So let's do this 2, 3, 4. And we go to the code because we added it. Save. Ta-da. Now let's go to print preview because I need to see because I added more than I needed to. So let's see. Okay. It got the add sections, so we can't have that. I got to undo that. It ain't supposed to be. Okay, the federal questions, print preview. Yeah, it's got the add sections, so I'll have to get it to correct that. Okay, I'll get it to correct that. I just got to make sure each one of these have an add section. So I know where I have to go, but I have to make sure all of them have an add section. So we come here and we paste and we backspace and we add changes. Get out of there. Okay, and there's your add section. 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's our add sections. And now what we do, we go code, we go save, and there are changes. Now hold on now. Pre-warrant, this one should already, this one ain't got none of that stuff. Whoo-wee, they just be messing up over there at that poll. Give me a second. And we get rid of that again. Backspace. Apply changes. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go code and we go save changes. And now that's how you do it, y'all. Y'all can do this yourselves. I ain't got to be doing this for y'all. We need it here too. So we go code. We gonna take this right here. Pay attention. We're gonna take, no, we just gonna take that. And we're gonna do that. That's how simple that is. I don't need this right here. Okay? Don't need that. So give me a second. We're going to just copy that line right there. That's all we need. Copy. You see where it says button class, add section? That's the only line you need. Watch this. Okay? It's there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are the other ones. Ta-da! And now what we do is we come back to the code, and you see it did the same thing, but we ain't got time for all of that. Where's my signature block? Electronic signature, execute this, no. The year, add section button. separate, because Avant told me to do that. And we just going to apply the changes. See, right there. There it is right there. Okay? Now, we're going to go here. Standing, standing. Is that standing? Yeah, we were just at standing. We need the habeas corpus missus. Okay, give me one more second. We still got to do this. Whew, we're going to pause, y'all. Okay, I have that meeting in a minute. I just wanted to let you know that the app does work. The problem is I was opening it up in a different browser, and that browser keeps a memory and history. Now, I will tell you the same problem with the bankruptcy part of the app is it doesn't let you see unless you go preview. Then it'll let you see the whole thing. Still edited above. And let's see, we're gonna do the all capitalization of the X's, and we're gonna go print, and I just need to see if it's there. You see that space that I just did? It does it. So it does work. Okay, it vox. It vox. It vox. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta save it a different way. I saved it, and now I got to put it up there on the internet. So the previous videos with the links will work. Okay, previous videos with the links I have to save as. Save as acclimatoise. I got to save it as this one. Yes, yes, I know. And then I got to save as. And what we're going to do is we need to do HTML. We need to do this one. Yay. And then I got to do it one more again. We're going to save as, and we got to do this one, and that one's going to be at the top. See that up there? But I need the other one. Give me a second. So we got the top, started from the bottom, now we made it to the top. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. That way I don't have to find it. HTML. Ta-da! Hey, you got one already. I know I got two now, okay? Now we're going to minimize that. Now, hold on now. We got to take y'all. I'll take you there. Right here, sign in. Come on, hurry up. I ain't got all day. And then we got to upload. And we want the editable one. And we got to overwrite the one that's there. So the previous link will work. The previous videos where we put the document up, the link works. Ta-da! This is an hour. And I still got more work to do because I have Claude. Claude! Claude! And then there's Claude. If any of you ever remember the TV series Maude, that was my show. And then there's Maude. Okay, I liked Maude. Well, Claude is working on the app. Okay, he's taking care of the functionality. He's making sure that all the ad sections are there. That's what he's doing, okay? And let's see if he got the bankruptcy. I don't see the bankruptcy, homie. Oh, it's down here. Okay, bankruptcy app. And there is, look at that. Look at there. He just did it, but this ain't the bankruptcy one. See, petition for, let's do bankruptcy. So let's use his junk. Let's test it out. I gotta test it out. Let's see. While y'all here, gonna go here. We're gonna, which one do I want to put it under? We'll just open it up. Let's do notepad. Notepad. I'll see me when I get there. And we're gonna open up a new one. And we're gonna paste it. And then what we gotta do is we gotta say save as. And we gotta do 4 and then go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna put that there, and we're gonna go back. And what do I want to call this? Let's call it A. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here. We're gonna go all the way up here to home. Man, it's a long way from home. And then we're going to click on the triple A's, the quadruple A's, the quadruple A's. You see what he did right there. You see how he put my petition in there? Ooh, a petition for relief from void judgment. Okay? Rule 60B. He did that. He did that there. How you do that there? Then we have our legal templates. Uh-oh, can't click on the legal templates. That's the shame. We could click on it in the app and can't do it now. So now I got to go let them know that that's the problem. See, I knew it was going to be a problem because these things don't work like you think. Wake up. I click on the link. I can't see my app. You need to fix that. By the time, stop listening. By the time this video is up, this will be fixed. Okay? Have a good day. Gotta go. Meeting time.